Hey guys, welcome back to part 5 of my recent back issue haul series. This one will kind of focus on some team books. Some of this stuff's upgrades, some of it I already had, and it was just a really good deal, so I might end up trading for some stuff later or selling some of these. But I got a really good deal on a complete set of the All-Star Comics series from the 70s. I'm sure a lot of you know they canceled All Star Comics like in the early 50s, and then they restarted it with the same numbering in like 1976, I think, 75. And this is the first issue of the Bronze Age series, number 58. I've said this before, this is really one of my most favorite comics from the 70s, Bronze Age. You know, I bought this book when it first came out as a kid, and I just read it over and over and over. I just loved the whole thing. It was actually, this is a key issue. You have the first appearance of Power Girl in this issue, number 58. You have the Earth 2 Robin, the original Robin, and you have like a lot of the original JSAers and the Star Spangled Kid, formerly of the Seven Soldiers of Victory, before this series started. Got a great Mike Grell cover. Got Wally Wood art on the inside, and Wood did a whole lot of these first several issues. So that alone just makes this a good series to collect. Like I said, it was number 58, and I've got probably 3 or 4 copies of this. I've got a copy I got an 8.0 that's slabbed, and probably 2 or 3 other copies. And but like I say, I got the whole set, 58 through 74, for like $30, and this is probably the worst of the bunch. I think it's got a split on the spine here, and there's a lot of creasing and stuff going on. It's just a reader, but like I say, I got some higher grade copies of this, so it's no big deal. So there's number 58, 59 with a great Ernie Chan cover, and that's probably a fine plus. Number 60. Another great Ernie Chan cover. And Vulcan, Son of Fire. Not to be confused with the Charlton character, later on acquired by DC. Okay, we have issue 61. Another great Ernie Chan cover. And I think after the first few issues, I think Keith Giffen was actually doing the layouts on these, and Wally Wood was doing the inks. So a lot of great art in here. And like I say, I love the Justice Society, because when I first became aware of them, it was in the old JLA comics. I think the first 100-pager I had like a reprint of the JSA, or one of the old JSA JLA team-ups. And I just fell in love with the group and the whole concept. So when they come out with a book of their own, you know, I was pretty ecstatic as a 12-year-old or 13-year-old. It's number 61. Oh, and a note about these. You see this thing at the top, DC Comics salutes the bicentennial, and it has this little number here. They had a promotion going where you could collect all the covers from that month that had that bicentennial logo on the top, and you could cut all those out and send away, and you would get a shiny new Superman belt buckle. I think I'm maybe 2 or 3 issues away from having all the bicentennial books. I never did. I cut a bunch of my comics up when I was a kid. You know, I've probably upgraded since then. But I was going to get that belt buckle, but I couldn't find those elusive 4 or 5 issues. So, but that was a cool little promotion they had going there. So, okay, number 62. This one is kind of a key too it's like the first appearance of the Golden Age Superman, probably in the Bronze Age or the Modern Age. I know he appeared in like Justice League 73 and 74, and that was like maybe at the end of the Silver Age, beginning of the Bronze. But this is like one of his first modern Bronze Age appearances right here. And you can't get any better than having the original Superman drawn by Wally Wood. And there you have another great Ernie Chan cover. And now we're getting into the Wally Wood covers. Actually, I think it's Rich Buckler and Wally Wood on the inks. So against Solomon Grundy. Great cover and a great story. And you dare not miss the death of Dr. Fate. And we have a really cool cover. This is all Wally Wood here. And this is where the JSA travels back in time and they're fighting some enemy back in the, I guess, the days of the knights, the Round Table. You have the Shining Knight guest starring in this issue. So, really cool issue. Okay, another cover by Wally Wood. This one's probably a read or two. It's number 65 against Vandal Savage, one of my favorite villains. More Golden Age Superman. Okay, number 66. I have a cover by Rich Buckler. More Great Justice Society stuff. 67. '68 with a very cool cover. I always liked the issues that had the heads or the lineup on the side. I don't know if you would classify that it's the same as the floating heads, which a lot of people like the floating heads. A lot of people hate them. I kind of like them. But I always liked it where they had the lineups on the top or on the sides, kind of showing who's going to be in the story. And this is the Al Milgrom Jack Abel cover against the Psycho Pirate. And we have number 69, and this is actually a key issue of the Bronze Age because it has the first appearance of the Huntress. Introducing the Huntress. And you have some of the original JSA going against some of the newer members in this one. It was a big showdown. And as far as being the first appearance of the Huntress, this is kind of a cool fact. She simultaneously appeared first in this book and in DC Superstars number 17, which told her origin. You know, she's the daughter of Batman and the Catwoman of Earth 2, or the Golden Age Batman. So this book and DC Superstar 17, which has her origins, actually came out simultaneously on the same day in August of like 77, I think. So if you want to find out the Huntress' first appearance, you'll have to get 2 books. So there you are. And we have issue 70. I think we're starting to get into the issues that Joe Staton drew. I'm not a big, huge fan of Joe Staton on some stuff, but I really liked what he did with the JSA. Wasn't a fan of him when he was on Green Lantern. I liked a lot of the stuff he did for Charlton. But other than that, I just wasn't a big Joe Staton fan. And here we have number 71. And a lot of these issues are featuring Wildcat and Huntress and Star Spangled Kid. Issue 72, the return of the Thorn. Issue 73, have an appearance by the Sportsmaster and the Huntress, who in this pre-crisis world were man and wife, and they were married. And issue 74, which was the last issue, a giant size issue, 25 pages, fighting the Master Summoner. And this is another Staton cover, but inked by Dick Giordano, so that makes it a little bit better. So that's the end of that run. Okay, these next few are just some Justice League issues. I upgraded to my originals were just the ones I bought as a kid, and they were like pretty rat shaped, so I found a good deal and started upgrading some of them. Here they are fighting the Manhunters. It's a Rich Buckler cover, number 140. Number 141. It's Buckler and Frank Springer on the art against the Manhunters. More JLA goodness. And 142. I think this is Buckler and Jack Abel. I really like this issue because it kind of featured three of the characters that you don't normally see in the JLA, you know, getting a big spotlight. You have Aquaman, the Atom, and the Elongated Man. And this was a really cool story that mainly featured those three. Okay, we have number 150 against the Key. And I think from issue 139 through maybe 160, 159 or 160, there were all these giant size 50 and 60 cent issues. And they were all new stories, so that was pretty cool. And here I already have a couple copies of this, but this is actually the Whitman variant. So you don't see these very often. So I picked that one up with this other lot. It's number one, I think this is 172. This is the second part of a JLA JSA team up where actually one of the heroes gets murdered. IQs. Pretty good story. And I found a issue to add to my Silver Age JLAs that I didn't have. So I think I'm down to 21 of having all the series. So this is number 32 against the Starbolt Warrior, otherwise known as Brainstorm. It was a great Murphy Anderson cover. This is probably low to mid-grade, but I'm just trying to get the whole run, so there's some issues with it. Not a bad copy, though. Okay, Superboy and the Legion issue that I didn't have. Number 258. I think that's that's a Dick Giordano cover. Issue of the Invaders I didn't have. Number 13. Love this series. This is to me, this is Marvel's equivalent to the Justice Society, or the JSA. It's a great cover. And an issue of Defenders, number 8. Fighting the Red Ghost. And you have actually have Hawkeye guest starring in this issue. So it was one of the early Defenders that I needed. And I got two more. The Avengers, number 136. Another cool cover. This one, I don't know, this is like the second or third time this cover's been swiped, I think. I think in Amazing Adventures.